开始吧。现在有人吗？
Okay, we got sound.
现在有没有人？
有的？ No.
在哪里啊？
What?
谁啊？
说了 hi.
哦 ，Lisa。OK， 来开始吧。我们俩一起来嘛。
Okay. Welcome back. It's day 17 of learning to read Chinese, and we are picking up where we left off in the chapter on culture. So our first character is Sung. Now, Sung refers to a Buddhist monk. And if you know Journey to the West, the monk in that story is called Tang Sung. Is this one?
Tang Sung means the monk in the Tang Dynasty. 叫唐僧。
It's not working. And Ni is like the female counterpart of Sung, is a Buddhist nun or priestess. And this is also used in transliterations like just for the sound, like Nietzsche is called Nizai.
Like 尼罗河。
Nylon, the material is called nilong. So yeah, it's also used just for the sound. Ji means quiet, silent, or solitary. And this is also a special word that is used for death. But only when Buddhist monks die. It's called Ji. Mo also means quiet or lonely. So here, I guess we're referring to the monks and nuns, both their solitude and their special ceremonial deaths, I suppose. Now, Pu. This Pu is again a Buddhism specific term. Pu is the bu sound in Bodhisattva, and the next one Sa is the other part of it. So together Pusa is what we call those figures in Buddhist tradition. There's no other uses for these characters. Highly specific, just for that. Well, I guess it's not true that there's no other uses. Like for Sa here, there's people who have this as a family name. And then also saxophone. Saxophone is called Sa Kekwan because, sax was the guy's name, so using it in the name. Sa Qima is this kind of candy, crunchy. What is it even made of? This kind of sweet snack. Sachima. But it's pretty much only for proper nouns. Ren means endure, tolerate, refrain, hold back, repress. Also refers to firm and tenacious, like people who are really good at enduring things. Also can mean cruel, like in the context of the word 残忍, where the 残 refers to being cruel and vicious. You put it together in that context. You see, this is the top is the blade of a knife, and the bottom is heart. So pretty hardcore. Chang means constant, fixed, established. It also means ordinary, common, often, normal, routine. So in here, 菩萨忍常 is going to refer to how the bodhisattvas are always tolerant and enduring. Lo This lo means to collect, to gather, or catch with a net, sift. First to gauze. So the meaning of I think gauze was even an older meaning, and because we use gauze and other meshes like that to catch and sift things, so it came to have that meaning, or include, cover. And this is also used when talking about foreign words like Rome, or Rome is called Roma. Romania is called Romania. You know, those kind of things for the ro sound, which doesn't exactly exist in Chinese, but we use this. Now, pan, we haven't got these sorted out, but we will. Pan is a plate, a dish, like a small flat article which you use as a tray to put stuff on. Pan also refers to I don't see, this is when you don't go through them in advance, it's hard to know which ones are commonly used. I think this has a pretty common financial meaning also. Pan, there's a meaning of investigating or taking an inventory, examining. Pan shan. This is for like climbing mountains. Pan to is for coiling and twisting up the hair, like in an updo. Pan tui is cross your legs. Oh, coil, it has a meaning of twine or coil. You also use this for a hard drive of a computer.
Saltpeter.
What? So, pan refers to a tray, plate, or dish, something shaped or used like that. Or like a hard drive on the computer. Or to coil, like to wrap something around and twist it. Shell refers to this stuff that is used when tanning hides.
Shell 是 saltpeter.
Saltpeter, yes. Potassium nitrate.
Saltpeter. 它叫 saltpeter 是吧? Potassium nitrate. Yeah, it's called a saltpeter.
Yeah. So you also use it for like various related chemical processes that are to nitric acid is Xiaoshuan. So anything that's like nitric something or other. Nitrates, things like that. Gunpowder included.
Saltpeter and then sulfur.
Sulfur?
Yeah. Sulfur.
What's sulfur got to do with it?
做那个黑火药啊 black powder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then carbon. They put all together the black powder. That's the.
Yeah, but they
gunpowder.
also use saltpeter when
invented.
tanning hides for leather. It just refers to that chemical. Yao. Yao means medicine in terms of like not the field, which is yi, but the stuff that you take as your treatment, like medicinal herbs or drugs. Yao is also used to refer to gunpowder or poison. It's also called yao. So here, 罗盘逍遥. Is 罗盘 a person?
No, 罗盘是那个
罗盘
这个 compass 这个
罗盘 a compass. Well then, these are not even related.
No, 罗盘是 compass.
罗盘 is not related to 逍遥.
No, I just
You
talk
just
about,
put them together.
Yeah,
just talk about various inventions, I guess.
Yeah.
So
罗盘
is a compass, like for directions, and 逍遥 is a gunpowder. 针, you've got the metal on this side. 针 means needle. Also refers to like hand stitching, embroidery, stuff like that, sewing. Or acupuncture is called 针灸.
针 is 用那个针
What?
扎针，灸是这个弄个小火在上面烧。
灸, yeah, 灸. See this on top, the word is 灸, which is the one for the sound, and on the bottom you've got fire. And the reason you got fire on the bottom is because 灸 is the word for cauterize or burn. And the reason why 针灸is put together for acupuncture is because of that specific acupuncture technique where it's like fire needles, where the needles are heated with fire.
Yeah, and then they basically they
so
use
when they
particular
poke you,
plant, it can burn slowly, so they use that to heat up the needle. And sometimes they don't heat up the needle, but just heat up the skin, heat up the body parts that's right on top of that
the pressure points.
Yeah.
So when you combine the acupuncture needles with heat, it can make it more effective for certain uses. 疗 means to cure, heal, treat, like disease or an injury. 伤 is a wound or injury, specifically. So 针灸疗伤 is talking about using acupuncture and those hot needles techniques to treat injuries. 拼 This 拼 means to bind, tie, or put together, join together. This 拼 is used for like when you're solving a puzzle, like a jigsaw puzzle. You would use 拼 for that. 拼 also has another meaning, which is used pretty commonly these days because of the state of the culture. 拼 means going all out when you do work, like working to the death just to get an edge on your competition, which is kind of the way that like school and work culture is in China and a lot of other places in Asia, where people are working like 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, or that kind of thing. Is also used this word 拼. 排 is a plate in terms of not like a pan, a plate. This is the plate that you can hold vertically. You don't put stuff on it. It's a plate that is a sign or tablet. It shows a brand, a trademark, or a title, or something like that. 拨 this 拨 means to allocate or administer. This is also the 拨 that you use for plucking the strings of an instrument. Plectrum, I think, is the thing that you use for plucking, like a pick. This is like to push aside or peel back, that kind of movement. So then, because it refers to that movement, it also means like to set aside money or to poke a fire or pluck a stringed instrument. 珠 this one means pearl. or also things that are kind of like similar shape. Do you use it? That is the same one. Like a teardrop is called 珠泪. 珠子. Anything that's like small and round like a pearl is also called 珠. Weight. This weight, you got a box around it, and in the middle, this is for the sound of it. Weight means to enclose, surround, or encompass. It refers to like the walls around a village for protection. The periphery of an area. Or ring of encirclement, like when a city is laid siege, that kind of idea. This is also used for like skirts and shawls and things, like 围裙. 围裙 is apron. A 围巾 would be like a surrounding cloth, that kind of thing. 围巾 is scarf. 围裙 is apron. These are articles of clothing that you wrap around yourself. So that's why they're used. 围. 棋. 棋 refers to chess and other such board games. But this is 围棋. 围棋 is specifically the game of Go, right? Where it's a board game where you try to use your pieces to encircle and surround all your opponent's pieces. So it's called 围棋.
It is invented like 2,000 years ago.
马. 马 refers to fiber crops such as hemp fiber. It also is the 马 in 芝麻, which means sesame. Measles. Measles,
yeah, 麻疹嘛.
Measles, 麻疹, or 疹 is what? 疹.
疹就是那个这种，这叫什么？
What, like
一个红点点
pustules?
红点点出皮肤上一个红点点叫什么
Pox,
yeah. 红点点有个叫什么 hives, not hives, but
not hives?
not hives. Hives is like 一块
Sores?
Yeah, 一个那个一个红点点，然后这个溃疡。
Pox, yeah, refers to measles. Anesthesia.
那是麻醉嘛？
麻醉 is this one?
Yeah.
The one for, for being numb. 麻药 would be anesthesia.
Yeah, 然后一个麻布，这个麻是那个 the fiber.
Pock marks, that's the word that you were looking for earlier. I feel like you should shift around the order of these. For being numb, like in the body, not feeling anything ranging from like my foot fell asleep to total anesthesia. And from that kind of numb meaning also, it means numerous or chaos or confusion. Like mamu, right?
Yeah.
It's confused. It also refers to rough or spotty, like mottled. So a lot of different meanings that are not really related, but they are all used fairly frequently. I've got another reading, ma, which refers to dusk or daybreak. But this is when you say mama hey is when it's just the sun just set and it's just gotten dark, and mama liao is when the day just began to break. But that's the only context when it's pronounced like that.
Yeah, ma.
Yeah.
Mama hey, mama liao.
Just this pair of expressions. Gang. This gang is The head rope of a fishing net? What would you say are the most common meanings of this?
哇，这个就是从这个 original meaning 搞出来的呀。You know, the head rope of the fishing net.
Head rope of a fishing net would be the original meaning of this word, which you can kind of get at with the fact that this on the side is referring to a string or rope.
Yeah.
This on the right is for the sound.
But it
also means
net.
It also means net.
Yeah, 所以就是说 it's a guide principles, you know.
Well, that doesn't really.
Because
because the fishing net, when you cast it, the head rope is kind of what guides the direction of the net. So gong is used for guiding principles or key links. Outline.
Yeah.
Like the outline of a program, like the syllabus of a course.
Yeah, 大纲.
大纲 is what this is used. There's also class, like in taxonomy, of animals. You think about like order, genus, class, sort of deal. E. Oh wait, we gotta. Wait, ma gang? Is ma gang together a thing? To even go through this. 品牌博主?
Pin牌博主 品牌博主是指这个中国古代的时候，又是用来算东西 calculation. So they invented this the way to calculate stuff.
品牌?
Yeah, before the abacus.
The abacus, because this
Abacus.
boju is referring to the abacus because it's got like. Is this bo? This bo is referring to kind of that picking motion, and zhu is referring to the little beads, like when you're picking the beads back and forth on an abacus for calculating. That's what this boju is about. What is ping pai?
Ping pai is before abacus.
Before the abacus?
Before the abacus, they also use, it's kind of a board, and then they have those zhu. But they're not.
There's pai?
Yeah, but they're
cards?
not kind of like abacus that has a rod and
beads on it.
Yeah, on together. 这个在之前不是的，之前就是那些一个个牌这样子放在那个一个盘子上面。
Oh, like little cards on a tray, and they were loose.
Yeah, loose. Yeah.
So after that was the development where they turned it into like one contained device that you're not going to lose stuff, and you can use it vertically and take it around.
So 这个拼牌博主都是只讲这个中国以前的这个。
Okay, those old.
The calculation
devices. Okay. And 麻纲?
麻纲，围棋麻纲，这个纲是指规则嘛，是指 rules.
So when you use 纲 for rules, then the 麻 is referring to what?
麻将啊。
麻将. Okay.
麻将牌。
So we're talking about the rules of both games.
Yeah.
围棋, probably these would be like. 围棋 and 麻将would be the two biggest and most culturally impactful games in Chinese.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's mahjong. I don't know how to play.
麻将 yeah.
But, yeah.
糊了，那个糊，那个盒子那个糊，就在用的。
Yeah. That one reading of the one word he is he the one that usually means like together and harmonious.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it only hu. It's read as hu when you're talking about winning.
Winning
in mahjong.
In the mahjong game.
Yeah. And even though it has no other meaning, simply because Chinese people play mahjong so much, it's still kind of used.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Yi. This yi refers to things that change and replace, it's spread. This is not the one that means yeah, that's a different one. This E refers to things that are simple and easy or easygoing. If you're talking about a person, someone who's friendly, something they can exchange or change, it's like flexible, that kind of thing. There's another character I'm getting confused with. That's a different one. Jing. Jing refers to longitude, refer to a principle. Jing is also what we call the classics, like in literature and philosophy. Menses, this is called Yue Jing because it comes once a month with the moon. So like here, when you talk about the classics in terms of like the great books of literature and philosophy and religion, so like the Bible is called the Sheng Jing for the Holy Jing, and here we're talking about Yi Jing. How do you describe what Yi Jing is?
易经啊，易经. Well,
I guess it was a book.
Yeah, it's a very old book. 这个 book 就是 talk about change.
Yeah, I mean the name of it would be like the Book of Changes, basically.
Yeah, the Book of Changes. Yeah, 就是说它就是it. Yeah, this is a.
It's kind of got to do with like cosmology and divination.
Divination, yeah.
You're trying to predict the future.
This is also a philosophic work that it basically it's the Chinese people think about things like what is permanent and what is constantly changing. The way they transform into each other, that kind of abstract ideas.
It's kind of like a methodical abstraction of the universe into these kind of systems and diagrams and things, like those that
Agua.
Yeah, the 8 trigrams.
That's part of this thing.
If you've seen these. These.
Yeah,
these are presented in the I Ching, which tells you like the like that Qian, which were the first 2 characters in this curriculum, right? Qian is the first one, which is the 3 full bars, and Kun is here with the 3 broken ones. And don't you know this thing is called 中华字经, right? That's this Jing.
Yeah.
Lun is does it really not have any other meanings? This isn't showing anything.
Run analects
Look at
of
this.
compute.
Look
对啊，
at
这个
I
就是
open all the drop downs and there's nothing there.
no 软语就是这个，就是就是指那个 Confucius 对不对
It literally has no other meanings.
No.
This word is only used to refer to the analects of Confucius.
Yeah. 叫软语，也就是
Analect is not even a word that we hardly use.
软语，就是你要念软语，不能够念论语。
Analect is a collection of short literary or philosophical extracts. But it's not even people's, like, if all philosophers. It's only Confucius.
Yeah.
For some reason, he's just so important that he gets his own special word to refer to his writings. For all its other meanings, this is pronounced lun. So this lun means to discuss or talk about, ponder over, assess, review. It means to regard or research or study. It refers to theories and commentaries and moral purposes in philosophy. So, like, Marx's Capital is called 资本论, right? It's his theory of capital. And 理论 would be like the general word for philosophical theories. But when we're talking about Confucius, 论语 is the name only for Confucius's excerpts and writings. 语 refers to spoken language, word, proverbs, sayings, speak, say, talk, cry, debate, argue, comment, all these things. So 论语, it would refer to, if we're looking at the meaning of 论, right? This is like the discussions and theories in Confucian philosophy. So 易经, 论语, when you put them together, we put them together because these are two major works of Chinese philosophy from the ancient times that have influenced Chinese thought and culture to the present day. 史. This 史 refers to the official historian or the annals of history. And I would say there's there are a few other cultures in the world that value history the way that Chinese culture values history. The historian, the official historian, like the court historian, even in the imperial era, these people had more sovereignty than the king. So, like, they have a duty to record everything that happens exactly as it happens. And if the king has a problem with that, like, there have been emperors in the past who have killed the historians because they didn't like, because the emperor did something really horrible and didn't want it recorded, but it's got to be recorded. So, like, it would kill the historian, and then, like, the historian's brother would step in, and you kill that one, and then, like, there's another guy, and there's another guy, and it just never ends because, like, no matter what, you can't stop the history from being recorded. So this is why China has just a vast amount of recorded history compared to majority of other world cultures. So this is the general historical literacy of the people is pretty high because this is a important value. 记 means to keep in mind, remember, or record. 打, it's got this one, the walking foot. And this is 打, which is big for the sound. 打 means to lead, go to, or reach a destination. It means to attain and achieve a goal or attain a position. to understand, to express. Express or convey is 表达. So you're leading or going to your meaning to another person when it reaches the other person. 答 唱 This is used also in words like 顺畅 for smooth and unimpeded, comfortable, flourishing, fluent. So here we talk about史记达唱. I guess this would refer to because of the great importance placed on recording history, pretty much a comprehensive and uninterrupted record. Would you say that's a fair way to explain what this refers to? Now, 河, it's got water on the side. This is 可 for the sound. 河 refers to a river. When you say a river, because there's one biggest, most important river in China, this also can just refer to the Yellow River, 黄河. But it's for rivers in general, river banks, riverside. You know, it's the uncondensed version, but they're just all related to rivers. 图 This one, it's got a box again because this means a picture or a chart. And the box is like the sheet of paper on which the picture is drawn or printed. 图 also means a plan, like a architectural plan or a design plan, that kind of thing. 落 This particular 落 is only used in place names, such as the river by this name, or Luoyang, which is the capital of Henan province. Shu means book. It also can refer to calligraphy. 书法 is calligraphy. A letter, like if you talk about somebody's collected letters, you would call them 书, or like love letter. A love letter is called 情书. It's also used to refer to the different scripts in calligraphy. Like if you see this menu here, this drop-down menu, all these are 书 because they're the different styles of calligraphy. Like 行书 is the walking script. For instance, 草书 is the really messy and fluid one. You know, these are all. What would you say 河图洛书 means together?
河图洛书啊，河图洛书，就是河图和洛书呢。
河 and 洛 are both places.
Yeah， 河图洛书，这个河图洛书呢是什么呢？是那个 it's a legend. Talk about how this 易经 came about. Yeah, so the legend kind of let me see.
Well, in that case, if it's that complicated, we could talk about it next time.
Yeah, it's
because it's 5:40 p.m.
Yeah, it's 这个就是
we could talk about 河图洛书 the legend
next time. Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah.
Bye.